Hey, Brian Silverthorne here again. I've gotten more requests for videos regarding sales, and I think I mentioned something about closing. If you do in one of the previous videos, if you take care of business from start to finish, then you don't have to worry too much about overcoming objections and using some sort of formulaic closing deal to get the sale made. And the first step is how you qualify people. There's a way to qualify them very quickly. It requires a little bit of effort on your part. First off, you have to know what you're selling. You got to know how it's going to benefit people that buy it. You have to believe that it's worth what you're selling it for. And then you got to know what your ideal client looks like and how they might use whatever it is that you're selling and how it might benefit their lives. So then you just, when you meet them, you just be polite and start asking questions. And I learned this a long time ago when I was short of money and took a job selling spas, of all things, at a fair show. So there were, at a state fair. So there were 15 salespeople and people coming in and out of the booth all the time. We were there for 10 straight days, about 10 hours a day. And I needed to talk to people with what sometimes referred to having a B on their forehead, meaning they're buyers. So I qualified them quickly. I just asked them point blank, hey, are you here just kind of enjoying all the great looking spas and gazebos, or are you seriously thinking about doing something today? And if they were serious, then I'd start asking them questions about what was important to them and what their budget was. And by the end of the fair, I had sold more than 14 of the remaining 15 salespeople combined, and there was a guy that was pretty close to me. But everybody asked me how I do it. I said I just didn't waste time talking to people that weren't serious about buying. I wasn't rude to them, and I gave them my card and gave them my name and said, hey, if you're ever considering one of these things seriously down the road, please come and see me in the store. And then I moved on to find somebody that was ready to buy that day. So you got to know what your buyer looks like. You got to find out if they're interested. If they're interested, find out why, figure out if what you're offering them fits the bill, and sell it to them. If they're not interested, then you can ask them if they might be interested down the road a piece, and ask them politely if you can stay in touch and do that in a good way. And then when they're ready to buy, they'll come and see you. So the first step in closing is to make sure you're talking to the right people. So figure out what you're selling, figure out how it's going to benefit the buyer, and develop some questions about what your ideal buyer looks like. To me, they're easy to work with. They're happy to pay the price that you're charging. They're fun to work with, and what you're offering them is actually going to be a benefit to them. So I hope this helps. There's more coming later. Thanks for watching.